Hey guys.
Hey guys.
So we wanted to make a video and talk about the doll community. There was a video that I saw yesterday, and the individual was talking about how people shouldn't use the word reborn for factory-made dolls like Ashton Drake's and Paradise Galleries, and even Walmart dolls that people strip and repaint or add some paint to or whatever. And she was saying that that's offensive to reborn artists and reborn collectors. And I did leave a comment on the video, and I said that it doesn't bother me when people use that terminology. I think that people start out with Ashton Drake's, they start out with these other types of dolls, or maybe they go to Walmart and get some acrylic paints and add some more realistic elements or whatever to that doll. They want to be part of our community, and I don't think we should be excluding those people. And I said that I think we should be welcoming and kind, especially to the younger folks, because there was a comment before mine, and it was basically making fun of 10-year-olds who go to Walmart and get a doll and then they paint it and want to be part of our community, and how that's not acceptable. And to me, that's ridiculous. I mean, you could have a 10-year-old that starts out with a Walmart doll and paints it, and then someday be a prototype artist. We don't know where that's going to go. We should be fostering that creativity instead of finding ways to exclude people. And I left that comment, my comment, and it was deleted, and the person has now disabled comments. But I just wanted to say that that's not how I think most of us feel in this community. I don't think most of us are offended.
No.
By the younger folks calling their Walmart doll a reborn doll, or calling their Ashton Drake. And it's not even just the younger folks. There's groups on Facebook where adults will come in and say, I have an Ashton Drake, I know it's not a reborn, please no hate, I really love this doll.
I think that's a shame.
Yeah, I don't want to be thought of that way. I don't want the reborn community to be thought of as that exclusionary or that snobby or that whatever. I don't want people to not want to come in and join us.
Yeah, I don't want people to have to put a disclaimer before they show their babies.
Yeah, that shouldn't be happening. And it shouldn't be happening to adults, let alone the younger kids. Because like I said, we should be fostering their creativity. If they want to go get a Walmart doll and paint it up with acrylic paints from the craft section of Walmart, we should be encouraging that. We should be encouraging that creativity and helping them grow as an artistic person,
instead of knocking them down. And I just want to say, if you're offended by somebody who has a Walmart doll and has repainted it or added paint to it, then that's kind of something on your, that
says something about you, not about them.
Not about them. I mean, I, as an artist, am not offended at all by people who have other kinds of dolls. I have other kinds of dolls.
And I started out, like a lot of people, before I had a reborn, I started out with an Ashton Drake, and I loved them. Mm-hmm. And I don't want people that might someday have reborns, or maybe all they want to do is collect Ashton Drakes, or maybe all they have is masterpiece dolls. I don't want them to feel like, I can't talk to those reborn people. I
really think we should consider dropping the word reborn from our community and just be a doll community.
Because we have silicones, we have collectors
and silicones
that just collect silicones.
Silicones are not reborns.
They're not technically reborns.
We don't exclude the people that have silicones from being in the community just because they're not reborns. I don't think we should exclude anybody.
And especially, like I said, the younger folks that want to come in, I think it's difficult for a 10-year-old or 12-year-old or a 16-year-old and a lot of adults. It's difficult to say, yeah, I still play with dolls, I still collect dolls, I still enjoy dolls. We get enough hate from the outside. We get enough of that's ridiculous from the outside. We don't need to be doing it to each other. And I've said this over and over, but it's true. I feel like as adults in this community, and as far as I can tell, the person who made this video was an adult, we should not be squashing down and ridiculing the younger folks. They want to be part of our community. Let's welcome them in. Let's be kind to them. Let's be, encouraging to them, because they may turn out to be the next amazing $5,000 for every baby type of artist. We don't know, but if we squash that creativity when they're young, we never know what they're going to be. And they may be getting bullied at school. They may be getting all kinds of things. For a lot of people, this community is a safe haven. I've had several teenagers and younger kids tell me that this is the place where they feel accepted. And I really feel proud of that. And I want to keep that going. I want to keep that the way that we are seen. I don't want to be seen as a community who is a bunch of snobs.
Right.
There's no need to tear people down.
And unfortunately, when you get one person with an opinion about something, it kind of like perpetuates.
Everybody jumps on that.
Yeah, everybody jumps on that without kind of thinking for themselves, like, hey, wait a minute. Would I want somebody telling my 10-year-old that their doll isn't good enough to be a part of the community?
Yeah, I want parents to know that their kids are safe in this community. And I feel like that's part of it. We don't need to be bullying these kids. That's bullying. You're not good enough. It's like Ems was saying to me earlier, if a 3-year-old comes up to you and says, look, I drew a giraffe, are you going to say, that doesn't look anything like a giraffe and I'm not putting that on the fridge?
And you should
of course not.
You should just go away and you can't be a part of this family anymore.
I don't think you should draw anymore because that was just crap.
I mean, none of us would treat a 3-year-old like that. And I think we need to look at it in that light.
And everybody has to start somewhere. Everybody does. And I think, like I said, we should be encouraging that. We should be encouraging creativity. We should be encouraging people if they want to paint dolls. Because if we squash that with their Walmart doll, maybe they're 10 years old and their mom doesn't want to buy hundreds of dollars of Reborn supplies.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand that because kids are kind of flighty. They go from one hobby to the next while they're figuring out what they're interested in. And so maybe they don't want to do that. So they're like, well, let's start you out with a Walmart doll. I'll get you some paints. And then they come to the community and they say, look what I did. And we go,
yeah,
that sucks.
That's not a Reborn.
We cannot be doing that.
And also on the same note, adults. I don't see a problem with adults who have Walmart dolls. If you like them and you love them, you're part of the community. It's about our shared interest in dolls.
Yeah, regardless of whether they're monster dolls or punk dolls or masterpiece dolls or Ashton Drakes or what have you. Like, I remember when I first started this channel, I branched it off my main channel because I had monsters and I didn't want to offend anyone in the community. And so I branched it off into this separate channel. And now it's become my only channel. And I'm really thankful that people accepted my monsters. People that don't collect them and don't really care for them still watch my videos, still think they're funny, still think they're cute. I really love that.
And I'm not really interested in owning a silicone, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to bully people who have silicones. I think they're just as much a part of the community as anybody else.
We should be fostering creativity and fun and a love for dolls in general, not finding ways that we can separate ourselves from other doll collectors. I don't think that that's going to win us many friends, and I don't think that people are going to want to join our community. When I started out with an Emily from Ashton Drake, if people had said to me, oh no, come back when you have a Reborn, I would have been really upset by that, and I would have decided, you know what, this is not a community of people that I want to be involved in.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a pretty tough adult. So when you're saying that to a kid, who knows what's going to happen? They may never paint again.
Right.
You don't know what's going to happen when you squash somebody like that. And so I really feel like it's our responsibility as adults in this community to be kind and be welcoming and be accepting and helpful and, again, fostering their creativity. So that's all I really wanted to say. I've met so many amazing people through this hobby, and if I started looking for ways that I could shut people out, I wouldn't have met all those awesome people.
Right.
So it really doesn't do me any good as a person to be looking for ways to separate. We should be looking for ways to come together, not just in this community, but in the whole entire world.
Yeah, in the world.
I want to thank everyone that's my friends in this community, everyone who watches my videos, everyone comments. I want to thank you guys for accepting all of my dolls, from my crazy monsters to my punks to my masterpiece dolls. I love that I can share those with you guys and That's the kind of community that I want to be part of. So that's it.
Bye.
Bye.